The burden of the online opinion. The day was finally giving way to evening, bringing with it the sweet release from the relentless glare of screens. For a certain individual, whom we shall call Simon. Yes, Simon. Tonight, Simon found his mind replaying a particularly vexing series of events that involved words. Many words. Words typed by many people, most of whom he'd never actually met. Simon was, you see, a careful curator of his online presence. He enjoyed sharing thoughts, observations, even a perfectly composed picture of his morning coffee. He tried to be insightful. He tried to be witty. He tried to be, above all, liked. But the internet, as Simon knew, was a vast ocean of opinions. And not all opinions were gentle. He'd post a perfectly innocuous thought, something about the beauty of a cloudy sky, and then the comments would roll in. Too much grey, too depressing. One would declare, that's not even a cloud, that's just smog. Another would assert. And then, the most insidious one, your opinion on clouds is objectively wrong. Simon would stare at these comments, his brow furrowed. Objectively wrong about clouds? Was there an objective cloud metric he was unaware of? He'd try to craft the perfect reply, something witty yet humble, intelligent yet approachable. He'd spend 10 minutes agonizing over a single sentence, then delete it, convinced it sounded too defensive. Or too smug. Or too much like he cared. Honestly, the sheer amount of mental energy expended on invisible strangers' opinions. It's truly baffling. It's like trying to win an argument with a flock of geese, they just honk louder. Not my mental energy, of course. Simon's mental energy. My very online sensitive friend, Simon. He'd also watch others online. Their posts, effortlessly perfect. Their comments, universally lauded. Their follower counts, ascending like majestic hot air balloons. He'd try to emulate them. He'd spend an hour trying to get the right angle on his morning coffee, only for it to get 3 likes, one of which was his aunt. Meanwhile, someone else would post a blurry photo of a burnt toast, and it would go viral. The injustice. The sheer, unfathomable algorithm. He felt like he was constantly performing for an unseen audience, whose applause was fickle and whose boos were unexpectedly loud. Every notification, every little red bubble, was a mixed bag of hope and potential existential dread. One particularly taxing evening, after agonizing over a caption for a photo of a slightly overgrown houseplant, was it minimalist chic or neglected botanical disaster? And then receiving a comment suggesting he get a real hobby, Simon felt a familiar tightness in his chest. It wasn't pain. It was just the profound weariness of trying to be seen, and often, feeling misunderstood. He looked at his phone. The glowing screen, a portal to connection and validation, had become a source of endless anxiety. He was tired. Not physically, but deeply, profoundly, in his spirit. He had spent hours curating, agonizing, and defending, and all he had gained was a headache and a renewed sense of cosmic futility. He thought, is this connection? Is this genuine interaction? Or is this just me, performing for a screen, waiting for a like that never quite satisfies? And the answer, of course, was that it was mostly the latter. It was performing. Endless, exhausting performing. So, Simon, my very digitally engaged friend, decided to try something truly revolutionary. He closed the app. All the apps. He put his phone down. Not gently. Not dramatically. Just down. Face down. And then, he actually put it in a drawer. A dark, quiet drawer. The room suddenly felt incredibly still. No more pings. No more alerts. No more glowing comments dictating his self-worth. Just the gentle quiet of his home. He walked over to his window and looked out. The moon hung serenely in the sky, a steady, unchanging presence. It didn't ask for filters. It didn't care about its follower count. It simply was. It offered a steady, predictable comfort, unconcerned with validation. He realized something. All that time he had spent crafting, agonizing, and defending his digital self, he had forgotten about the simple, reliable things. The quiet of the night. The steady presence of the moon. The unwavering presence of his own thoughts, unedited and unjudged. He had been so focused on external validation that he had lost sight of internal peace. And as Simon, my slightly weary friend, drifted off to sleep that night, the endless scroll of opinions faded from his mind. He didn't dream of viral posts or witty retorts. He dreamed of quiet fields, and steady stars, and the blissful feeling of not having to perform for anyone at all. So, If you ever find yourself caught in the relentless cycle of seeking validation, or agonizing over online words, remember Simon. Remember that sometimes, the greatest freedom, and certainly the best path to sleep, is found not in crafting the perfect persona, but in simply logging off. Sleep now. And may your dreams be refreshingly free of comments sections.